Welcome to Big Fly Multimedia. Today we're going to talk about the headphone rack. Alright, let's get crack-a-lackin'. This project was built out of scrap lumber. There's some stain on it. I used those pieces for stickers when I was staining another project, but we sanded that off, glued them up, put them together. This piece is going to be the actual rack that the headphones will sit on. All done with hand tools, like as you can see. It's the way I like to roll. Now I'm going to lay out here the edges of the back plate. The shoulders are tapered down and rounded, so I laid those out, and then I did the tapering and the rounding with the hand plane, and then I did some sanding on it a little bit later as well. Here we're ripping 2.5 by 3/4 inch pine boards down to 3/8 by 2.5 inch. These are the pieces of wood that are going to be used to make the boxes that sit beneath the headphones to hold the cables, which I thought was a good idea. It keeps everything nice and clean and neat and organized. Now here we're starting to do the drawer assembly. Unfortunately, I didn't think to show the planing down of the boards that are used for the drawers. After they were ripped, the backs of the boards were very rough and they needed to be planed down and planed down to thickness so everything would fit together. But we're cutting them down to size using the hand miter saw, and then doing some little finish sanding, getting them ready for glue, and then finally using a corner clamp to glue everything together. And that corner clamp worked just wonderful. I was able to glue the first corner together, as you can see in the lower left hand corner, and then in the lower right hand corner I was able to glue, after the first one had dried, I was able to glue the second corner together and put the bottom of each little drawer together all at once, so everything was held together and worked out real nice. No problems, and the drawers are actually very strong with just the glue holding them together. Alright, here we're working on the headphone holder stem actually, and I used a little block plane to form the radius on the top two corners so the headphones would have something nice and smooth and rounded to sit on. It keeps it from putting indentations in the foam padding on the underside of the headphones. And here we're laying out the face plate in the upper left hand corner for the headphone rest to keep the headphones from sliding off. Laid that out, and then you can see in the lower left hand corner I took some 1.5 inch pine and ripped that down, and then you can see me up in the upper right hand corner planing it down so it was smooth. And then in the bottom right again you can see me doing a little more planing, getting everything in check. And then I don't think I got video of cutting those and shaping those, but we'll see. I'll see if I can dig that up yet and put it in here. And last but not least, yeah, I didn't have video of me actually shaping the front plates for the headphone hangers themselves, but here's a picture in the upper left hand corner of gluing them to the post that the headphones sit on, which was a huge pain in the butt to try and hold that together. Those face plates really slid around a lot, and it was kind of tough to get in the clamps, but I had to put together. And then the other three corners of the video showed just some sanding, not real finish sanding, but just kind of pre-assembly sanding. I did do a final sanding when everything was put together. Here we're showing a little bit of the final layout of the headphone rack, getting things sized up, getting things into position. And then in the upper right hand corner you can see I'm laying out the rounded top. After I had everything put together for assembly, I figured that square top looked kind of odd, so I rounded it off, cut it out on the scroll saw, and then just did some final hand sanding to round everything off, make it look nice. And now final assembly, I had everything laid out. I marked an area on the face of the backing board where the posts were going to sit that held the headphones. Pre-drilled those out through the front, and then flipped it over and drilled and countersunk through the back. And then in the upper right hand corner you can see me putting little glue on them and then screwing the headphone holders to the backing plate. And then on the bottom there, I'm just gluing the drawers directly to the front of the backing plate. It's time for the glue to set up, so I figured what the hell, we'll clean up the garage a little bit, get the shop in order. And it's amazing how fast you can get stuff done when you're using time-lapse. I'd really like to have some Benny Hill music playing here, but I just don't have the time to put it together. But yeah, clean shop equals happy wife. Happy wife equals happy life. Yeah, I've got that Stanley shop vac. I love that thing. That thing really sucks. Alright, this is kind of final sanding and finishing. Just final sanded everything to get rid of pencil marks basically at this point from the layout. And then lower left hand corner, I'm just using a tack rag to get all the dust off. And in the bottom right, I'm actually using a water-based polyurethane that's really easy to use, very forgiving, goes on real smooth. I actually just did 2 coats on this basically just to seal it up because I was leaving it natural wood. I just wanted to seal it up because things will dust off easier if you got a little finish on it. Hey, thanks for watching. This is my first video. I hope you liked it. If you did, give me a thumbs up below. If not, give it the thumbs down. If you want to talk about it, leave a comment. This won't be my last video. This was a really cool experience. I enjoyed it. Hope you did too. Take care.